Hello everyone, my name is Abdullahi Ibrahim Alhassan, P number P468287. Today I'll be running you through my budget tracker code. It is an app that allows a user to add their income and expenses, to view their current account balances, to view their spending habits, and create savings goal. The first thing I did with this code is to import my needed modules. Next, I define some functions. These two functions are to ensure that both my user and my transaction file, they both have headings. These ones are to load data from both my user and transaction CSV files, so as to allow other functions to use these ones instead of having to repeat it in all the other functions. Then this next function allows me to calculate my current account balances. I would go more in depth, but I have limited time. Moving on, we have my first login page. So this here is the body, the visuals of the page, and this are the functions. This is a function to allow a user to sign in if they already have an account. This is to enable the clear all button to work. This is to open my forget password window. This is to open my sign up window, and this is to open my home page, and this is to open my homepage class, when that is after a user logs in. In case the next class is my forget password class. I created this class to allow a user to retrieve the password in case they forget it, using an email and their username. This is the visuals. This is the forget password function. That this is the main code that allows everything, the forget password, to work. It gets the username and email, error handles, and then compares to the data in CSV file. If everything is correct, it returns to you your password. Then the next class is my sign up page. This page allows a user to register in case they haven't already registered. It, as the other ones, contains visuals, then has a function to sign up. We have it error handling, the entries, and then writing to the CSV file here. The next is my home page. This is the hub of my page. It contains buttons to a range of other classes to also displays my account balances of both my current and my savings account. These are the visuals. This is the function for a button to refresh the account balances, and these here are all functions I attach to buttons to be able to open their respective windows. The next is my add income page. This allows a user to add income. Basically, this is the code for the category to be able to my user to add new categories to my option menu. This is the main code that allows the add income code block to work. Next, my add expense page. This allows a user to add expenses. It's a replica of the income page, but instead of adding to the account balance, it now removes from the account balance. It contains the same code. Next is my view transactions page. This allows a user to view their transaction history. It also allows a user to search various transactions using some filters. After this, we then have the spending habits page. This is a page that shows a user the spending habits using 3 pie charts: the income pie chart, the spending pie chart, and the income versus the expense pie chart. Here it also has a text box which generates a summary of the user spending habits and relates some advice to them also. The next is my savings goal page. This page deals with everything about my savings account. It shows the savings account balance, shows the recent transactions to the savings account, and allows a user to create a savings goal, which shows progress completion using a progress bar. You can see the progress bar here. This function is to allow a user set the goal, and this is to load goals. This one is to give advice, and this is to just show my savings challenge. And then my last class page is the help page. This allows a user to get help, to, in case they don't understand my application, they could go in and read the guide I left, and they could get more familiar with my code and use it. Now, time to run my code. So here is the login page. Let's walk through a sign up. To sign up, you come here, you put in a username. Let's say I put in Walid with 2 E's. Let's say I put an email, me@gmail.com. My password would be 4444444444444, and then I sign up and it creates my account successfully. It also, I have a range of error handling techniques which I put in my testing for evaluation table in my report, which time would not permit me to show, but I could show one. In case a user leaves the fields empty, it gives an error message, or if the user doesn't the password and the confirmed password don't match, it also leaves an error message. So let's log in using my newly created account. But wait, I just forgot my password. What do I do now? Let's see. Let me try a password. Let's see. Incorrect password. But I created a function for that. You come here, click on the forget password, you enter your username, Walid, then you enter your email, the email you used to sign up, me@gmail.com, and it gets me my password. So my password is 444 in 8 places. So I now enter 4 in 8 places, log in, and I have access to my homepage. This is my homepage. It shows my current account and savings account balances. Allows me to refresh my balances, to view my transactions, to add an income, add expense, view my spending habits, view my savings goal, a help page, a contact and a login, which I would all explain show now. So let's start with my add income. Let's say I want to add income. Let's say I want to add 4,000 to my current account. Let's say I want to use the salary category and daily. I add income and it is successful. Let's say I want to add income to my savings account and I want to add, let's say, 3,000. I can create a new category and say gift. I can save. I can select the date. I can change the date or leave it. I can select the frequency and I can add my income. And when I refresh, you can see it update here. I can also add an expense. Let's say I choose to add an expense, let's say groceries, from my savings account. Let's say I choose not to add any frequency. Let's add the expense and see we've successfully added the expense. And now when I refresh, you see my current account balance go down. This same thing works with my savings account balance. Next, we move on to my view transactions. When you open my view transaction page, you can see your recent transactions, or not your recent transaction alone, all your transactions. Here are some filters you can use to search for certain transactions. Let's say I can set the category to gift, search, and you only show me the gift. Same as with all the other functions. I also have a reset button to be able to bring back all my transactions. If I had time, I would show you, but I don't, so I will just move on. You can also choose to search. You can also use all the filters at once or combination of filters also. The next is my savings goal. This shows my savings account overview, my savings balance, my recent additions and removals. It allows me to set a savings goal. Right now I have $3,000 in my savings goal. I can choose to create an account goal for 6th of June 2025. I can set the goal and you can see my progression bar complete, because half complete, because 3,000 is half of 6,000. I can choose 12,000 and you see it come to the quarter, meaning it works. Next, I can also get some savings advice based on the amount of money that is in my savings account. I can also this thing choose a challenge. Today's challenge is no spend weekend to avoid all non-essential spending this weekend, to see how much I can save. Now when we go out, we now have the help page, as I mentioned earlier, in case a user is confused, they can come here and read up and understand my app better and know what to do. And this is my contact us button. When you click it, it leads directly to your email, which places my own email in your recipient box to allow you contact me in case you have a complaint or a question. And the last button on my page is the logout button, which when I click takes me back to the login page. Again, all my pages are error handled to not my income and expense are error handled to not allow negative numbers, and more which I placed in my testing for evaluation page in my report. I don't have time now, so I can't really show you, but if you go onto my report and go under my testing table, you would see it. You can as well test it yourself when you run the code. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this explanation. Hopefully if I had more time, I would have been able to explain more, but hopefully this suffices. Thank you.